Hey guys, hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. Your boy is back with another subreddit video, and today we're diving back into r/EntitledParents. I know some of you guys absolutely love this subreddit, and for those of you that don't know, this subreddit is full of just terrible parenting stories and some very, very entitled parents as well. I have 4 stories that we're going to be diving into today, and then also an extra 3 stories for all the Patreon members. If you guys didn't know, I have a Patreon set up where we do exclusive extended content every single day on there. So if you guys are interested in that, hit the first link in the description box down below. Also, thank you to all the deluxe members. You guys have been an absolute amazing help to me of lately. So thank you so much. And then also, if you are new to my content, we do videos like this every single day. So make sure you guys stay tuned by hitting the subscribe and the notification bell as it and help me out on my journey towards 20,000 subscribers. Also hit the like, comment section down below if you enjoyed the video. Helps out the algorithm, and I love engaging with you guys. So yeah, let's get into our first story of the day. r/EntitledParents. A small child punched me in the stomach because I wouldn't let him pet my dog, who was clearly in distress. And then his parents got mad at me. That's the title of this one. That's crazy. A kid hit you and the parents got mad at you, like over your dog, who's like, oh, come on, dude. Sometimes in these entitled parents videos, we always learn that like the entitled parents essentially end up passing it on to their kids. So they become like entitled kids. Like, bad parenting overall is obviously going to result in a kid just not being a good Samaritan. Anyways, let's read this. So it says, my very old dog was outside in our yard, foaming at the mouth, grasping for air, and it was coming out the other end. Oh man, okay. Poor dog. This was right after he had incontinence in the house. What does that mean? Sorry, I don't know this word. Okay, so involuntary loss of, bodily stuff. Got it. I was crashing out because the vet said that he could be unalived any day, so I'm thinking this is the end. Oh no, that's so stressful. I'm in the yard figuring out what to do. I see in my peripheral vision some kid running up to us on my yard. This is not one of the neighborhood kids. He's from a party up the street. His mom says, hope it's okay if they play. My son is due for a doggy play date. Oh my God. Here we go. I physically put myself in between the child and my dog. The effing child punched me in the stomach. That's crazy. It took everything in me not to physically retaliate to a child. Sorry, call me a bad person. I don't really care. I respectively restrained her child by the arm and marched him to his mom. She freaked out that I put my hands on her son. That's insane. Parents need to understand that they are liable for their kids. So like if their kids does something messed up and stuff, like that reflects on them. Like, do they not? Okay, anyways. I ignored her because my dog was my only priority. Then the effing dad struts over to us and starts screaming in my face to never lay hands on his kid again. His son just wanted to pet your dog. Rolling eyes emoji. I was so overly stimulated because this kid was screaming bloody murder, having a tantrum that he can't pet my dog, and he just punched you too. Meanwhile, my dog has a tonic-clonic seizure, which is fully shaking and unconscious. Damn, dude, I feel so bad about this dog. And like, you're thinking like, dude, this could be the worst situation for the dog. They suddenly got really quiet and finally backed off. I hear the mom tell her son, the doggy isn't feeling well. We have to let him rest. Yeah, that's what the guy OP was trying to fucking teach your kid. Those parents are so effing lucky I'm a healed person. I sat my yard in the dark with my dog until my vet came to my house. My dog couldn't walk after everything that had just happened. He weighs nearly as much as I do. Oh, so this is a big dog. So I needed help moving him. My husband was away for work. This was on a Wednesday. We put my dog down on Friday. Oh no, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. Thanks for reading this. If you made it to the end, just had to get this off my chest as I can't seem to let him go. ETA, didn't think this post would get any attention. Thank you for all the validation condolences. This has made it a little easier. Yeah, dude, that sucks, man. Anytime a pet has gone, I mean, I fear that, obviously my cats are really young, but when the day comes, it's going to be a sad one. But hey, like, you just hope that, not even hope, that you gave them the best life that you could have. But to get back to the parenting, like, you got to teach your kids better. If your kid is retaliating by hitting someone, they have to learn that in the real world, they do that, they gonna get smacked, bro. So like, I'm not telling you to hit your kids, not encouraging that, but like, there needs to be some understanding that that's just not okay to be hitting a stranger. The woman is an idiot encouraging her child to pet a strange dog. Yeah, also, you never know if a dog doesn't F with you and bite the kid, and then the dog has to be put down. So like, that's just so, what is it called? Negligent, very negligent of her. Dogs that are old or seriously ill will bite. Her son could have been seriously injured because of her stupidity. So sorry for the loss of your fur baby. It's a difficult decision to put them down. Yeah, but sometimes it is for the best if they're going through the pain and stuff. Let's read one more comment. Those parents are lucky. I would likely have screamed, my dog is actively, unaliving in the kid's face. Let them deal with that memory for the rest of their lives. Yeah. Damn, that's so crazy. Yeah, all right, let's move on to this next one. It says, entitled parents keep parking in front of our driveway. That is so annoying. But wait, driveway. Yeah. So like, imagine if they're blocking me. That's so annoying. All right, so for context, we live in an apartment building with 6 units. There are 2 parkings on each side of the building for a total of 8 parking spots. That seems like it's not enough. But anyways, both entrances are wide, like 2-3 cars wide, but the parkings don't reach at the back of the building, only on the sides. You can't make a U-turn. Okay. Both entrances on the street, and an elementary school is right at the end of that street, 2 houses down. There's a roundabout in front of the school for parents to drop off and pick up their kids. Wow, this is very descriptive. I'm like picturing it right now. So we have both entrances being kind of wide, but they don't reach it. Okay. All right. I'm on board now. All right, let's keep going. The morning aren't as bad as most kids walk or come by bus, or the parents quickly drop them off into the roundabout, but lunches are crazy. My fiance comes back home during lunch hour and always has to tell at least 3 parents to move from their entrance of our driveway. I see, because they're like either picking up their kids or dropping them off for lunch. And so they're just like blocking. You can't even go back into your apartment complex. Oh, that's so annoying because the school is so close. Okay, I see. And I've actually had some experience with this because my parents, our childhood home is close to a school. And so like whenever school time would be, it would usually be like 3 or 4. That is the worst. But like people are parked all the way up. Luckily, they don't block driveways because they're not idiots, but these people might be. But yeah, let's read this. So her fiance comes back for the lunch hour, and there's always some parents there. They don't park in the driveway, just in front of it. 2 or 3 cars usually. We can also see them parking in front of other people's driveways. It would be fine if they were just parked on the street, but they keep blocking us. Their answers are usually, can't you just wait 5 minutes while I get my kid? Or you've got space to leave the driveway, or they just completely ignore us. But like, do you not understand as these human beings that you're blocking an entrance to someone's house? How's that even legal? Like, and that response right there is such an entitled response. Like, oh, can't you just wait 5 minutes? Or can't you just park like 3 cars down, like on the road? Like, brother, what? We called the school multiple times before we tell them what happened, but it seems the parents could use some lessons in learning skills or listening skills, as the problem never went away. Well, this week we've had enough. Parking illegally in front of our driveway is something that local police were very interested in, especially after 4 houses and 3 apartments blocks called them one after the other on the same Monday. We all called back Tuesday and it happened again. And they told us, we hear you. Just make sure your cars aren't parked in front of your own driveways and we'll take care of it. Oh, let's go. I love justice sometimes. Let's see this. Real justice. I love it all the time. But I love hearing the entitled parents, and we actually get to see some justice because it's rare in these stories. That night, the town had posted a notice on their page to not park in front of the driveways when picking up or dropping off kids, and that a ticket could be issued. Subtle foreshadowing here. All right. Well, yesterday was the day. 2 police cars came across the street and blocked in anyone who wanted to leave. Let's go, dude. Those are some cool ass cops then. They even gave you the heads up, like, hey, don't park there tomorrow. We gonna get them. They had prepared multiple infraction tickets ready to be filed. They flagged down every single car that was parked even an inch in front of our driveway and issued tickets. The whole thing took at least an hour, as they wouldn't let some people leave until they got their ticket and their gentle reminder not to park illegally. Hell yeah, justice, man. I love that. Like, not only did they get these tickets, but they also lost an hour of their day. Oh, can't you just wait 5 minutes? Well, brother, can't you just wait an hour now to get your ticket and get served? There was school today, and we allowed an officer to park in our driveway to supervise the dropping off and picking up of kids at lunch. Guess the word got out fast, as no one stopped in front of anyone's driveway. Yeah, like normal human beings should already know this. This is common sense. The officer said next time it happens, take a picture and send it to his email. A picture is good proof of a crime committed. And in a small town like ours, finding people like them is the highlight of their days. So all's well that ends well for us. Not too good for the parents with poor listening skills. Hell yeah, that's so sick. I love hearing stories like this and then finding out that justice is actually served. So often the parents are worse in many ways than the kids. Yeah, for real. So entitled of them. Like, they really thought they were entitled to your parking spot. That's so illegal. My mother-in-law used to live next to a church that was also a school. People would park in her driveway during pickup and services both. People would get pissed when asked to move, just like you said. It was just would take 5 minutes. Well, 5 minutes or not, they're blocking her car in the garage. She has even had to walk to the church and interrupt church services because her car was blocked in several times. No matter what she did or who she talked to, it kept happening until she moved. Small town here as well. Damn, that's unfortunate. Situation where you didn't have like cool cops. Yeah, original post, very cool cops in those situations. All right, let's read the next story. The title of this one says, "My dad is furious. I told him I'm moving out. Please help." Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. So for reference, OP is 20 and a girl from the UK and a single mother. Wow. So you're a young single mother from the UK. Damn, I'm sorry. Well, not sorry. That's great. But I'm saying I'm sorry in a sense of like being a single mother is tough. My sister's one, so I get it. But I bet you're going to be a girl boss. So let's see. For context, my ex-partner was abusive. Yeah, see? So like, yeah, that does suck. So my ex-partner was, and is currently in prison, serving sentences regarding DV, and threatens to unalive someone in Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto 6. There's actually 6 charges in total. Dude, I am so sorry, and that sucks that that's your baby daddy. Okay, all UK prisoners are now being released around the 40 to 50% mark of their sentences. I have a 6-year-old baby, and he is the father, and he has, said things about how he's going to do things to her and her baby, which is crazy. This guy sounds like the scum of the earth. Even when I was pregnant, he would say that he would, wow, okay, I am going to have to blur this story. I didn't realize. I should have saved this one for Patreon, but we're already in too deep, so I'll just blur this one. He gets out of prison this year, so the council has offered me a council home. It's a lovely 2-bedroom detached bungalow for me and my daughter, so that he doesn't know where I'm living and cannot do anything to us. Yeah, which is very awesome of them to offer you, because you need to get out of there. I told my dad today that I have been offered a place, and he said I'm a bad mother for even considering moving into a council home, which is insane because I grew up in a council home myself. And he said that I'm a selfish and my baby will have to face the consequences of my terrible life decisions. Yeah, your dad sounds like a fucking ass face. I'm sorry. But like the fact that your dad doesn't know the risk to his own granddaughter is pretty insane. My dad is a textbook narc, by the way, and I don't really use that term lightly. I know it's becoming a big thing on social media to just call everybody bad a narcissist. Oh, like a narcissist. Okay, I thought she meant like a narc, like a cop. But he really is one, and everyone in our household says it. So he's a narcissist. Okay. He loves having control and power over everything. Damn, that sucks. I don't like raising my baby in here. He constantly calls her his baby. When she was 3 months old, I was cutting her nails and accidentally got a little bit of her skin, and I started crying hysterically about it. She cried for about 15 seconds and then didn't care. But he yelled at me for about an hour, and he still mentions it now. Jesus Christ. Your dad sucks. I feel like I'm constantly on edge. The first red flag was when she was born. He rushed to the hospital straight away, so fast that I was still being stitched up. Wow. When he burst into the delivery room, oh, that's wild. And the midwives all told him he couldn't go in there because there was active surgery, but he ignored them and he wanted to see his granddaughter. Oh, dude, you suck. He means me no time. He gave me no time to cuddle my baby on my own or to even just have an hour to get my ready for visitors. That's the kind of person he is. And when I tell people that I think and they think it's insane. I've told him I wanted his opinions on the situations, and rather than just giving it to me, he just hurled loads of name calling at me, and I don't know what to do. Please help. Am I a bad mom for moving out into a council home? No. Edit. He said he would disown me and only continue to have a relationship with my daughter and never talk to me again if I go through it. Well, in my opinion, F him, dude. He sounds like a terrible dad that you'd probably be better off without not having him in your life anyways. But don't even give him a relationship with your daughter, actually. I wouldn't even allow him that satisfaction. Like, if he wants to be a terrible parent, then go be a terrible parent to someone else. Like good luck. And you hope that one day he comes around, but maybe not. And it's good to cut bad people out of your lives. Your sanity and your mental everything is going to be better for it. But all right, comments say it's a win-win. You have a way out from your ex and your dad. You can control your own daughter's life now. Yeah, for real, dude. You have essentially left one abusive house for another. Get out while you can, and don't tell your dad where you are. I guarantee you he will tell your ex. Well, didn't even factor that in. So facts. All right, let's read the next and last story of the day. Unless you're a Patreon member, we've got more. All right. It's like my mom tries her hardest for me to not like her. Okay. This is going to be an interesting one. OP is 16 and a girl, and my mom is 38. So, wow, she was pregnant at 16. Wait, no, I'm not mathing correctly. 22. She was pregnant at 22. I can't believe I said 16. What kind of Asian am I? All right. So her and her mom haven't had the greatest relationship. And after a while of arguing, a lot of the tension finally started to let loose. The past year has been the best of our relationship has gotten. But for some reason, she started to wreck it all over again. A few weeks ago, all of my family went over to my grandma's house for a get together. Since there was a period in my life where I lived with my grandma, it was normal for me to sleep over at her house every once in a while. But beforehand, I bring stuff with me, of course, like PJs, toothpaste, hairbrush, etc. My mom asked me multiple times if I wanted to stay over at my grandma's house, and I told her no each time she asked. She told me to take some pictures of... Wait, hold up. Yeah. She told me to take some pictures of a gift my grandma got me since I competed in the finals of a national science fair. In 5 minutes, she busted into the room telling me to just stay here since I took too long. I didn't. Oh, that's so weird. I drastically told her that I'm ready to leave already, and I quickly started waiting for her in the living room while she got her stuff together. Quick note, the main entrance to the house is from the front door that leads right into the living room. Sorry, this isn't really structured well, so it's kind of hard to read. But while I was waiting for her to get ready to leave, she sneaked out into the other entrance quickly so I couldn't hear her. Wait, so your mom just left you at your grandma's house? Went down the stairs and made her way to the front street. So she snuck out of your grandma's house? That's crazy. When I realized, I rushed downstairs just in time to see her walking down the street to her car. I yelled at her to wait for me, and she took it as a sign to get in the car as soon as possible and drive, leaving me on the street. What? Your mom just left you there on the street? That's terrible parenting. I kept calling her. You're also 16. You're not even like an adult. I kept calling her for 5 straight minutes while she declined my calls each time. When she finally replied, she did so in a cheery voice to spite me and said that she's already home. What the fuck? So she just left you at her grandma's house? Damn, she must have had like a dude come over or some shit. Like what? Why would you? And why are you sneaking about it? Why not just ask? I cried myself to sleep that night. Oh, I'm so sorry. A week later, we visited my grandma again. A family friend and my aunt was there. My mom saw that the perfect opportunity to start making fun of my curly hair. Damn, she is the worst. She's a bully. She kept telling them to tell me how ugly my hair looks when I enhance my natural hair texture, and that I should just stop. I couldn't take it anymore and went into the room for the rest of the time there. Yeah, your mom is a bully, and I'm sorry. I hope that when you get old enough, you have enough savings to move out, because she will realize that she effed up a relationship because she is a bully. Wow, just wow. As a mother and an aunt, she would have got cursed out. She sounds like she's in competition. Yeah, for real. What the fuck? Why are you talking shit about your daughter? Firstly, as a fellow curly girl, F her. Curly hair is beautiful, and I'm proud of you for working with it. Secondly, what she's doing is cruel. You've told her that you're not comfortable, and she's not just ignoring you. She's literally abandoning you. I've got to ask, only as my English isn't great, but I might have missed it in your post, but have you sat her down and told her how she's making you feel when she pulls this crap? Otherwise, it's going to be rough, but at least for now, there's not a lot you can do. Start saving up when you can and move out when possible is all I can really recommend. Yeah, that's what I said. Usually relationships like this could get better when you leave. I know mine did, and my stepmom and I were always at each other's throats. Now we're actually friends and can talk about this kind of stuff. And often she's shocked at what she did when went around her friends. Yeah, that's crazy. If you have any terrible parents, I'm so sorry. I hope that you guys can get out of those situations. But yeah, that's going to be the stories for today. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And for all the Patreon members, I'll see you guys on the Patreon. We got 3 more stories for you guys. All right, I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.